Hello, this is Mike from MacroSheds with a quick demo. I've just been reading this paper by Sujay Koshal and others that has a couple of plots demonstrating the flushing of solutes from urbanized watersheds following a storm event. And it's making me wonder if we can find longer-term effects of urbanization on solute export from watersheds. So I'll head over to the MacroSheds portal, macrosheds.org, to explore that. And there's a lot happening here, but a great place to start is with the Map tab here in the upper left, where you can overlay an LCD information. Click land cover right there, and you can see all the colors show up. To find out what they mean, head down to the overlay information tab that has just turned blue for us. And clicking on NLCD, we can see that urbanization development shows up in various shades of red. So that's what I'll be searching for as I now pan down the coast. And it looks like we have some red sites here. These are Plum Island Ecosystems LTER sites. And if I continue along, here's another collection. And these are Baltimore LTER. So these actually happen to be the same sites from that paper that brought me here. So this seems like a good place to start. And for our first question, maybe I just want to compare two watersheds of similar size, one of which is urban and one of which is forested. This one looks forested, so I'll click on that. And I can see information about it by clicking this I button, which opens the watershed tab down below. I can see that the dominant land cover for this watershed is deciduous forest, so I will add that to my list. You could think of this site list as a shopping cart, although there's no purchasing happening on this site. And a similar watershed with urban land cover might be this GFGL. So I'll click on that and add it too. And you can see that both of these sites have now been populated automatically on the plotting side of this page. So I just need to click the variables menu here and choose a couple variables of interest. I'll go with chloride and nitrate and hit plot. One thing that is clear from the start is that there's a difference in magnitude in both solutes, nitrate and chloride, between these two watersheds. And the blue watershed, that is the urban one, has higher magnitude. It also has what appears to be a seasonal trend in chloride. So if I zoom in on the plot there, I can see that the peaks occur in January or February of each year, meaning that we're probably noticing the salting of roads and the effect it has on these plots. For nitrate, there's a similar difference in magnitude, probably relating to the use of fertilizers or the increased presence of wastewater in the urban watershed, though there's not so much of a seasonal effect in this case. However, if we zoom in on the forested watershed, it appears that there is a seasonal effect in the summertime. So maybe that's worth exploring further. But getting back to our original question, what if we wanted to find out, in an urbanizing watershed, not just an urban one, is there a change over time? We can look at that too by overlaying land cover change. If you ever get one of these situations where the map tiles haven't loaded, you can just quickly zoom out and back in. In this case, we're looking for urban change, which is pink. And I would like to select the watershed that has the most pink pixels. And that appears to be this one. If I click the watershed outline, it will highlight the gauge location for me, and then I can click on that and add it to my site list. This time, maybe I would like to look at flux rather than concentration, and I'll switch it to a yearly interval so that we can see more clearly if there's change over the long term. You can double-click these plots to zoom back out to the maximum extent. And sure enough, there is a slight increase over time in chloride at the urban site, although we might have to get statistical to prove it. But definitely here in recent years, you can see a sharp increase. It's not necessarily mirrored in the nitrate plot, but there you have it. And there's plenty more to explore. You can head back to the map, zoom to any place in the country, and check out all of these other overlays.